Greetings and salutations. It is I, Professor Macabro, here to regale you with surprise, a video review. Yes, indeed. I actually was going to do a pickup video because I was able to get some stuff. I was able to hit a flea market and got some stuff, and I also got some presents, and I also bought a few things that I encountered here and there. You see, I went hunting for some Code Orange things at Walmart. They had this really cool stuff that I wanted, but I wasn't finding it. But I'll talk about that in the haul video. You see, this video, I wanted to share with you my review of Sinners. Yes, indeed, a very late review, I must admit. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch this in the movie theater. I really wanted. I saw the trailer and I was like, God damn it, that trailer sure does spoil a lot. And then they released a trailer to this, and I'm like, that trailer spoils even more. Who makes these trailers that they decide to spoil everything? Very annoying, very annoying. But I was hooked. I was interested. I wanted to see it. I didn't get a chance to see it in the movie theater. I was like, well, nuts to me. God damn it. Guess I'll catch it when it hits streaming. And it did hit streaming, but the fact that you have to pay to rent it or own it digitally, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like that. Not a fan. And I never came across it on physical media. I'm like, well, shit. But eventually, it released on Max recently. Or HBO Max, as it's going to go back to calling itself. But, yes, I still had a busy weekend, but usually I do a 3-movie marathon, as you know. But this time around, I was only able to fit in the 1 movie because I got a whole bunch of stuff to do. So I saw Sinners. Finally saw Sinners. And finally saw what the hype was all about. And I can say that this movie does indeed live up to the hype. Now, what is this movie about? If you have also never seen Sinners, well, I don't want to spoil it, because it's a really good movie that I do recommend you watch. But I will say that let's be fair to those who have seen it or have seen the trailer. It's basically From Dusk Till Dawn. It's about this group of people that get together in a bar, and then vampires happen. Because, yes, that's what happens. You go to a bar, vampires happen. So it is much like From Dusk Till Dawn. But whereas From Dusk Till Dawn kind of reveled in the insanity of the concept at the second part, the first part was more gritty, more down to earth, was more human, about this group of 2 criminals that take a hostage, and then one of them brutalizes the poor lady. So then they kidnapped a preacher who's lost his faith and his 2 kids, and then they have to cross the border, and it's very tense because it's a very human danger. Then they get to the titty twister, and then Salma Hayek does her thing, and then yeah, I still get grossed out. Then she pours beer through her footsies, and Quentin Tarantino eats that shit up. I'm not a fan of footsies, you see. I don't know what the antithesis of a fetish is, but Quentin Tarantino has his foot fetish. I can't stand feet. I can't even stand to look at my own feet. If I could chop him off and not tip over, I would. Don't like feet. Never have liked feet. Not even my own feet. But, so yes, I like Quentin Tarantino's movies, but oh boy, his fascination with feet kind of grosses me out. Even though From Dusk Till Dawn was done by Robert Rodriguez. Yes, indeed. But then, after that scene, shit hits the fan. Vampires. But it goes so over the top, so crazy, batshit insane with it, that it revels in its own insanity. Whereas Sinners also starts with the horrors of humanity, since it is set during the time where there were free African Americans, but they were still people working on plantation, and they weren't technically slaves, but they were still being paid through non-legal tender. So they were still kind of having to work their plantations, and they were getting paid in cash, but something that they couldn't use. So they were stuck where they are, and the clan was still a thing. And this character called Delta Slim tells about a story about how he went with his partner to play music, and they got paid a lot of money, and whereas he, drunk it all, one of his friends wanted to get out of Dodge, but he took out his wad of cash, and the clan accused him of robbing the money and then lynched him right then and there. It's a real life human horror that did unfortunately happen. So it does hit you with stuff like that, with these themes of just other disgusting human behavior. And you're like, oh shit, humanity really sucks ass, doesn't it? And then they set up this quest from the two brothers, Smoke and Stack, trying to build a bar for their community. And then they realize that since people aren't being paid with hard American cash, they're being paid with this plantation tender. They're like, well, crap, we can't use this to buy stuff. Our business is going to flop hard. Then vampires happen, and it's all done very realistically. It's not tongue-in-cheek like from Dusk Till Dawn, but it doesn't take itself too serious. It's a serious situation that's going on, and serious consequences. But it really works. It really, really works. I really like it, and the music in this is really cool. I really like the music in this, and that's something that a lot of people that have seen Sinners have mentioned as well. That the music is done really well. The themes that it handles does really well. I thoroughly was enjoying this movie a lot. And the performances were really good. Michael B. Jordan plays two characters, two twin brothers, Smoke and Stack. And he gives them all his own personalities. Stack is more outgoing. He's more like a fast talker. And Smoke is more reserved. Because of that, and also I like the color scheme that they gave Stack. He's always wearing reds, and Smoke is wearing blue, and I can't help but every time they mentioned Smoke, I was thinking of Smoke the Ninja from Mortal Kombat, because that's how my brain works. And then they had this other chick, Mary, who I saw in the trailers. I was like, a hot chick drenched in blood, sold, you had me there. And I was like, I was totally enamored with this lady in the trailer. And then when I finally got to see Sinners, and it wasn't until later that I realized, when I was doing a little bit more research for this, that she's the chick from Bumblebee, and that female Hawkeye from the Disney Plus Hawkeye show. I was like, holy shit, that's her? Oh, goddamn, what short hair, glowing eyes, and drenched in blood will do to a person. Totally unrecognizable to me. And I was like, wow, oh boy, why is it suddenly so hot in here? Because we're going through a freaking heat wave. But also because of that chick whose name escapes me. But oh wow. And then you have the villain, the main boss, the last bad guy, Remick, who's the titular main vampire. And I love the way his eyes glow red and have like black shadowy parts. I wish my eyes glowed like that. They kind of do, but naturally would be really cool. Love the look that they gave the vampires, that their eyes glow this unnaturally color. I'm like, mwah, chef's kiss. Yes, indeed. And these are fast vampires. They're almost like zombies at how fast they turn. All it takes is one bite from the vampire, and then they kind of like collapse, and then they come back really quick. 3 days to turn into a vampire doesn't apply here. They're literally kind of like zombies with how fast. Even faster than zombies. Zombies might take a little while for the infection to run its course. This one, you get bitten a little bit while later you turn into a vampire. Like that. And they have this kind of like hive mentality where Remick kind of like they share his thoughts, and then he completely overtakes them. He assimilates them like the fucking Borg, where everyone had their own way of acting, and now they're dancing the river dance at one scene. Wow, but it's really cool. I highly recommend you give Sinners a watch. I give it a 10 out of 10 river dancing. Yes, indeed, I really liked it. The music kicks ass. The themes are very cool. How they do it. There's a really cool scene, which again mentioned by everyone else, where this guy's playing the blues, but it kind of taps into things from the past, things from the future. Really cool, visually looking cool movie. Well acted. And again, it takes people stuck in a location fighting off vampires. And it does it really well. Highly recommend it. Yes, indeed. I would love to do a double feature with From Dusk Till Dawn and Sinners. I think that would be really good. I don't know which one you would play first. Because, if you play Sinners and then watch From Dusk Till Dawn, you might think that Dusk Till Dawn is too goofy. But maybe you want the palate cleanser after watching Sinners. Because it does have some really heavy stuff at the beginning. So I don't know. I don't know how I would actually play it, but I would like to do it nonetheless. Yes, indeed. So, we're very, very, very late to the party into praising Sinners, I must admit. But I only just recently watched it, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it. But I will admit, it does sound like I'm just repeating the thoughts of everyone else that has seen Sinners and have also mentioned how amazing it is. So, yes. I wanted to see it for myself to appreciate it and see if it lives up to the hype. And indeed it does. I highly recommend you give Sinners a watch. Yes, indeed. It's on Max, so if you already have that platform, you can watch it for free. Or eventually, if it'll come out in physical media, buy it, which is what I'm going to do. I definitely want to get that one in physical media as soon as I can. But have you seen Sinners? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was not as cool as From Dusk Till Dawn? Did you think it was superior from Dusk Till Dawn? Let us know in the comments down below. But until I see you all again next time, this is Professor Macabro, thanking you and wishing you all, like always, a good evening.